Some of the worst travel disasters don't happen in the air or after you land, but are silently triggered by you, yes, you, hours before the plane even leaves the ground. Tiny decisions, small oversights, casual habits that look harmless but explode into nightmares at the gate. And the crazy part is, most travelers don't even realize they've done it until it's way too late. And suddenly, you're that person in the airport everyone's staring at, frustrated, panicked, maybe crying into your boarding pass, wondering how the hell you ended up here. So let's rewind to the unseen chain reactions. You overslept, grabbed the wrong passport, threw liquids into your carry-on thinking nobody would notice, but security did. And now they're tearing your bag apart while the clock keeps ticking. Or you absent-mindedly joked with a friend about bombs in line. Bad move? Airport security doesn't laugh. They pull you aside. And suddenly, your fun trip just turned into hours of questioning. But disasters don't always scream. Sometimes they whisper, like when you take a picture of your boarding pass and post it on Instagram because you think it looks cute. But the barcode gives strangers access to your booking details, maybe even your passport number, and before you know it, your seat's been changed, your miles stolen, or your whole trip messed up by someone you'll never meet. And here's the brutal truth. Airports aren't just transit hubs. They're psychological traps designed with stress triggers everywhere. The lines, the noises, the rushing people. So your brain starts making sloppy choices, like trusting the wrong stranger who offers to watch your bag, not realizing you just volunteered to be a drug mule without even knowing, or plugging your phone into that shiny USB charging port at the gate because your battery's dead. But you didn't know hackers can install malware through public chargers, silently cloning your data before you even board. And then there's the luggage disaster nobody warns you about. Your suitcase is too heavy. You smile at the agent, hoping they'll let it slide. But nope, they slap on a giant sticker and send you off to repack in front of hundreds of strangers, throwing underwear and shoes across the floor while people film you on TikTok, and that humiliation follows you before takeoff even happens. But sometimes the disaster isn't about embarrassment. It's about being denied completely, like forgetting to check visa rules for your layover country. So immigration stops you before the connecting flight. And boom, trip cancelled, thousands lost, or you ignored that arrive 3 hours early advice because you thought you were clever, and suddenly you're sprinting across terminals, sweating bullets, praying the gate hasn't closed, and then, just when you think you made it, the door shuts in your face, because once they lock it, no begging, no screaming, no amount of money can get you in. And here's something darker. Did you know airlines actually track your behavior before flights? If you look drunk, act aggressive, or even walk suspiciously, staff can secretly mark your booking with a risk code, which means you might be denied boarding before you even sit down. And you'll never know why, because they won't tell you. And if that doesn't make you paranoid, think about the food choices. Loading up on that greasy burger and soda in the food court feels innocent, but when turbulence hits at 35,000 feet, your stomach turns into a war zone, and you're the poor soul making bathroom runs the entire flight, ruining what could have been a simple trip. And don't forget the travelers who casually swap shoes at security, stepping barefoot on that dirty airport floor where thousands of germs crawl every day, bringing infections you'll only feel days later in a foreign city with no pharmacy nearby. And all of these aren't rare. They're common, invisible traps that smart travelers still walk into, not because they're careless, but because no one ever told them the truth. And that's why, before your next takeoff, you need to pause, breathe, Check yourself. Double-check your bags, your documents, your posts, your body language. Because travel disasters don't wait until you're in the sky. They start the moment you step into the airport. And the scariest part is you won't even realize you triggered them until it's far too late.